Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, as you know, some Western countries agreed to send tanks to Ukraine, from Leopard 2 German tanks to Abrams 1, M1 American tanks, to Challenger 2 British tanks, maybe Leclerc tanks, which are French, the T-72s were sent, and they will again be sent more, whomever has it, because they have to make room for the new stock, so the military-industrial complex can get fatter. All right, so what's going on here? Um, Part of the mass media is already ecstatic and does a, how would you call that, communion or community masturbation or group masturbation, and do victory laps that the West finally will give Ukraine tanks. And now they're working on F-16s aircraft, fighter jets, and also they're already advancing the idea of attack MS long-range missile systems up to 300 kilometers radius, range. It's okay, that's gonna happen. They are already happy, the military is happy, the contractors are happy, the politicians are happy, and idiots are happy because they don't understand that they will be at the end, because who pays for all that? Anyway, but they feel virtuous, that's fine. Unfortunately, that's what happens in certain kind of democracies. You're outnumbered by anyway, but you have to work within the system. So what's happening here? Well, the West is having this community, as I said, group ejaculation and masturbation and orgy. The Russians are planning how to blow up those tanks that will be delivered. Obviously, that would make the West increase the hand speed in whatever they were doing, and the Russians are still going to plan how they're going to blow up their Leopard 2 and Abrams tanks. As you know, those tanks are indestructible. Okay? Let's put that from the very beginning. They cannot be detected. They cannot be shot at. They're like invisible. Okay? What was it? A.G. whatever, Wells, The Invisible Man. Remember that book? That was nothing compared with the Abrams and the Leopard 2. Invisible, like, you can't hear it, you can see it, nothing. When it shoots, you don't even know where it comes. Nothing. No sounds, no lights, no fire, no... Okay, so let's move on. Like the HIMARS. Remember the HIMARS? The Russian TARDs were not able to destroy one unit of a so-called HIMARS, the missile systems provided by the Americans to the Ukrainian. One in what, 6-7 months already, I think, from May or something like that. None, zero. Buy one, get one free. Basically, that's what it is. And the same thing with the Abrams and the Leopard. Okay, so what happens? How the Russians get prepared for that BS? And we read here that the Russian troops offered cash rewards for destroying NATO tanks. No surprise. The problem is, as I said, they are indestructible, undetectable, are invisible, and are perfect. All right, so these guys are going to be like Don Quixote de la Mancha, fighting with windmills. Not even with that, because the poor guy was fighting with something real that he could see, could hear, could feel. But in this case, the tanks are there, lurking on the Ukrainian territory, advancing towards Moscow, but somehow you can't detect them. Anyway, BS. January 30th, 2023, Russian troops offered cash rewards for destroying NATO tanks. Okay, the US and Germany have pledged respective M1 Abrams and Leopard 2 deliveries to Ukraine. Now, Force, a Russian chemical manufacturer, is offering bounties to soldiers for destroying Western-made battle tanks that have recently been pledged to Ukraine by the country's Western backers. The news comes after Washington and Berlin approved deliveries of heavy armored vehicles to Kiev last week. And I'm quoting, Russian servicemen that destroy or capture a German Leopard 2 tank, 2 battle tank, or an American Abrams will receive a monetary reward. End quote, the company announced in a statement on its website on Friday. So Ford, I'm quoting, will pay 5 million rubles, which is $70,700, for the first trophy. The payment for every next one will be 500,000 rubles, which is $7,070. The company added that if Ukraine ever acquires F-15 and F-16 jet fighters, Force would hand out a 15 million ruble, which is $212,100 prize for the first downed aircraft. So $212,000. Now, founded in 2000, Ford makes and sells propellant used by oil and gas companies for fracking, according to its website. The company's office is in Ekaterinburg, Russia. On Sunday, Russian actor Ivan Okhlobystin, who is known for having hawkish views, announced a similar bounty on his blog, and I'm quoting, "Certain members of the big business community have authorized me to inform you that they are setting a 10 million ruble, which is $143,900 prize for every destroyed Abrams," end quote, he wrote. Oh my, you might have a lot of volunteers go to the front like it's the gold rush in California in 1860 or whatever it was, or something like that. Berlin said last week that it would supply Kiev with 14 Leopard 2s and has greenlit deliveries of the German-made tanks from other European countries, which is obviously Poland and I think Finland and others anyway. Chancellor Olaf Scholz said that Germany and its partners were looking to supply 112 tanks in total. So you can be a millionaire if you blow them up, all of them. You are a millionaire right there. However, the 31 Abrams tanks pledged by the US to Kiev must be assembled first before any deliveries can take place. What are you talking about? All right, aren't they assembled already? That's why when they say the military or the Defense Department's budget is this year for 2023, I think $840 billion, and they don't have assembled Abrams tanks. They have them like parts. Where is that money going to? Getting some generals fat? Politico reported last week that it could take, and I'm quoting, many months or potentially years before they roll onto the battlefield. This is insulting. Imagine people who are, as I said, group masturbating somewhere, thinking, oh my God, it will take months, and oh my God, I don't think we can keep it up that long in the same rhythm. So Russia has maintained that foreign weapons would only escalate the conflict with Ukraine, but not change its course. The Kremlin has also stated that Western tanks in Ukraine will be treated as legitimate targets. I don't know why they keep saying that. I think that goes without saying. Anyway, I don't know why they say that, because that's obvious. We're going to blow them up. Why do you think? They think that if the Ukrainians are supposedly going to operate those tanks, besides the fact that they are invincible, undetectable, invisible, perfect, whatever. Anyway. So, we might have a big migration to the front on the Russian side, going to get reach. But how can you get reach if you can't detect the target that would get you reach? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like this. The Russians, whenever the tanks appear on the front, the Russians will claim we blew them up like one by one, and the other side is going to claim like they've been claiming. No, zero. No. Zero tank was detected, not blown up, detected, like the HIMARS. Let me put my little violin here and play you a little bit of Paganini or something. Anyway, it's unbelievable. But that's the way things go. I want to see those tanks over there because I know they will be blown up. Some of them will not, but they're not invincible. And I have a gut feeling that the HIMARS were also blown up so far. I don't know how many, but if you know anything about technology and probabilities, then you can't go calmly to bed tonight and think, oh, no HIMARS was destroyed so far. I don't think you can do that. I mean, if you do that, I don't know what to tell you. But no, you can't possibly. And if you say, oh, they're all blown up, again, you can't go to bed and say they're all blown up. Yeah, again, these are extremes. No, somewhere in between, somewhere. The same with the tanks, the same with the airplanes. I mean, they're objects. You see them, you detect them. You're not as good. Remember when the Americans came with the invisible plane? Oh, how many conversations I have with my fellow American citizens, and I was like, "Are you guys crazy? What's going on?" I mean, it makes the sounds. You see it, you detect it, you detect it somehow. What they're talking about? No, man, they have this shape that no radars, the wavelength that goes that or sent towards it just gonna go like this, and you can't, and it's not gonna come back. So that's why the radar cannot detect where it is when it flies. Jesus Christ. Anyway, it's like it just sucks the transmission of the radar, whatever transmission. I can't remember how you call it, rays, whatever. It just sucks it in, and you don't know. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah. Well, can argue? No, don't drop it and say, okay, cheers, see you tomorrow or never. Or we can have another conversation tomorrow about the same BS. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and hey, are you still there? Are you going over there to get rich? Stay here, don't go anywhere. Anyway, stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.